and welcome to Geekatplay Studio Tutorials. In this tutorial, we're going to create a very unusual, non-existent plant, maybe somewhere in some faraway galaxy, but not currently found at Earth. It's more imaginary plant, but the reason why we're going to do this, so we can look on many different techniques. We can go use it by creating this plant that help you to create your own ideas and represent them in the plants. So we'll start by creating first the trunk for this plant. Okay, and let's go ahead. We'll just use segment as default for this. Okay, maybe just create happy blue color. Okay, and we'll go create something very unusual by working with displacement. Before that, let's change a couple of things. First, the length, we'll give it 10 as default. One thing what I want to apply now, it's a trapezium, so it's kind of will rotate. And for this one, actually, I want to do minus 25. Okay, we'll go select this. It's not yet applied, but we'll work around this. And you know what, let me change a little bit structure of the tree by modifying our width, so it is radius. Okay, well done, good. Okay, let's also cap. The reason is why, because right here you see how flat it is on top. I want to make it a little bit smoother, so I'll smooth out with this cup. Okay, and we'll maybe come back to trapezium afterwards when we start adding some other effects to this. Okay, let's add also root flares to this. There you go, so it kind of tied up a little bit closer to the ground. Add number, so we have a total different, and this is mostly variation numbers. It will be nice when you create a different type of this plant, so it's kind of help you different type species variation, so it will be randomize them as well. Okay, height, let's pop height up on a root so you can see how high a root will go now. As well, add variation till we here. Okay, we'll leave it this right here. Depth, you know what, let's slide down depth maybe around 4/8, so we'll be a little bit nicer. And as well as let's trim down width, maybe around 18. We'll just have it very nice slightly. You always can go in a root if you want it and click on different seed, and you can see there's all variations that happen. Sometimes I do run variations, be sure they all look good. Okay, we modify this. Let's go back to the trunk, and I want to work a little bit on influence and mostly add a curl to this effect right now. So let's go ahead, enable local base for this. We'll go to curl. Okay, and I want to actually add X, so let's put it 1 on an X. We have a nice slightly curl going. Okay, the one thing actually I want to increase a little bit size, so we'll go options and I'll switch to 1 meter. So let's make a little bit bigger. Let's add curl 001, just small random point to this. Okay, also minus 20, and you know what, let's modify this one a little bit. Bring this down. Kind of maybe right here. So you can see it's got a nice curl to this. And bring back up a little bit. So I have this nice effect going. Okay, we can bring closer or up a little bit. I think this way it's look more interesting. So you can see with the trapezium and with the curl, we're creating this nice curve effect on our plant. Okay, let me readjust. Okay, there you go. So after the main curve done, let's go inside the materials. And what I want to do is actually start working a little bit on the bark. Kind of add extra these details, natural kind of look to the tree. So we'll go enable right here. You can see we have segment body displacement. This is actually what I want to do. I want to use that one. And couple of things. You notice we have it options we can connect. What I want to do, it is click source and says connect parameter. Right here we have a meta node currently connecting, but we won't use it. We'll use it, create our own type different parameters and connections. So the one, let's go, we'll experiment and we'll add more and more. We're going with just highlight the square and we'll go with the noise. Okay, and let's select it's a purlin. You know what, let's go to the garden type. Okay, next we'll take and reconnect. Okay, let's delete this node. Okay, we have it one, and you can see slightly variations, not that much, but okay, let's go to modify this way. Okay, so this is one. Let's go to create. Actually, you know what? Let's create another one, and we'll create. In this case, let's create Sarah Warner. So we'll just create that two ones, and let's take a little bit down. And one thing I want to connect them. So by connecting, if you're using in Vue, you're familiar with the Blender and other ones. So it's what we're going to do. Input one, and actually let's disconnect this one. Right here we have several inputs. We'll go to connect again. Thumbnail. Connect parameter. I lost my parameter before, so right here we'll disable. Right now this Blender is kind of work, except we need to apply amount more, so we can pop up a little higher, and you can see we have a very beautiful effect. Let's modify some stuff first. We'll go to one effect, and this is our varnish. So this is right here. We'll can modify maybe a bit bulky. There you go. And also we can move all the way this one to see how our gradient will work. So we can add a kind of nice effect. When we want to modify, and this is just, you can use only one, but here's another example. If I create one and I like it, one combine, maybe top bark will have it one shape, and inside tree will be another shape. I want to combine them. So in this case, I can create different and connect this by the type of rate show. So right here, connect parameter. We can take this, oops, and connect right here. So you can see now we're kind of converting. Let's add filter to this. Okay, and in a filter we can modify to make it a little bit more kind of effect. You can see pop up. Add contrast to different variations. kind of had a very unusual effect. Okay, as well on a gradient, let's do this way. Z, let's pop up Z to 5, and maybe same on this one, 5 on wave clean. So we have a little bit going this direction. Okay, so this is look very interesting tree. You can see create nice modeling on this. Okay, here's our trunk, and so we created some effects. We can also add additional filter between if you want to monitor, if you want kind of controlling. And with this filter we can actually cut some areas, so create a very unusual effect, or reduce contrast just slightly opposite of the contrast, just slightly smooth out effects. Okay, let's create here. I can see we can have a very interesting and unusual effect as well. Okay, let me delete this one. I want to create just a smooth out a little bit. Okay, so here we created our bring closer. Okay, so here's our trunk, and let's start working on other adding details and the next parts of the story.